Would I lie to you? Carol Vorderman, Janet Streetwater, Omid Jalili, Russell Howard, Ken Livingston, Clive Anderson, Miranda Hart, Reginald D. Hunter, Terry Christian, and their team captain, Lee Mack. And facing them tonight, Jamelia, Stephen Mangan, Claudia Winkleman, Marcus Brigster, Fern Britton, Davina McCall, Joe Brand, and their team captain, David Mitchell, and your host, Rob Brydon.
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that rewards the ability to deceive. Mark Twain said, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. Well, Twain, I just write down my lies and keep them in a file. Then colour code them so I can see who I told the lies to. Then I have them cross-referenced with another file in case I meet someone else who might have heard the lie. And I have the files maintained by a full-time secretary in my lie library who's on call 24 hours in case I need a spreadsheet of the lies to be emailed over. And so, to round one, home truths. Carol, you're first up. Please reveal all.
On Countdown, if I worked out the number puzzle before the time was up, I used to play a little game.
That's where I've seen you before. So, David's team, what do you think?
What little game?
Well, on the numbers puzzle, you know, you used to do the press the target and the number and then the target
And then there's a
would come
time
up.
limit.
And then there'd be 30... You had 30 seconds to do something.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time, I'd get the answer before the clock started, so I had 30 seconds.
Before the clock started?
Yeah. What I used to do, I used to get my pen that I would write on the board with, and I used to go round all the props boys, and I used to make them tap the end of my pen, and how many could tap the end of my pen in 30 seconds was the game.
So, how many props guys were required in the production of Countdown?
Well, Joe's been on Countdown a lot, so you know how we have someone like Harry or Vince or Stan who do the water pouring.
Carol.
And then
Carol. We had.
Oh, yeah, had.
Oh.
Tap my pen!
Yeah.
They probably sat there. Was this not distracting to the poor contestants who are trying to do some maths if out of shot?
Slightly out of shot, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel sorry for this new girl that's doing the numbers, because all the props guy must be going, oh, you'll have great fun on this show.
They would have said to her on the first day, are we going to play Touch the Pen? And got fired for sexual harassment. We always played Touch the Pen with Carol. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just not like that.
David, what are you and your teammates thinking?
Well, what I doubt is whether you would be allowed, when the contestants are trying to work out the math, to run around the studio getting men to touch your marker pen. So we think it's a lie, I think.
I think we do,
Okay.
yeah.
What a surprise. OK, Carol, is it truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
Now then. Oh. And do you know what? It actually is lots of fun. So, you seriously did this?
Do you know when I was being really cheeky, I'd take the top off and then they all got dirty fingers?
I think you just like to behave outside of society's rules, don't you? I wouldn't be surprised to find out you're an enthusiastic dogger.
The D in my name stands for delicious.
Obviously, why?
Well, it was the late 60s when I was born, 1969, and black men my age around that time being given names like Reginald and Winston and Delicious because... because at that time in America, the affirmative action had just started. So black women saw an opportunity for their children to get more jobs. So what they did was, we're gonna give him a name that will enable him to be, you know, recognizable yet dignified to potential employers. And
Delicious is dignified.
well, I mean, you have to understand how it's a little different in the black community than it is in your white world. Like the name Delicious commands great respect in the ghetto. You probably don't listen to much rap music, do you, Fern? There's MC Delicious, Big Papa Delicious.
French Golden.
And where did Reginald come from?
Reginald is a German name. It means mighty or wise power. And delicious means very tasty.
What was your father's name?
My father's name is Homer.
And what was his middle bit?
He didn't have a middle name.
No.
He grew up in the 30s and 40s, and it was very tough times for black people, and he couldn't afford a middle name.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I do indeed.
And what are their names?
Well, there's Brenda, there's Kathy, there's Oliver, there's Scrumptious.
I don't think people would have thought that calling you delicious would help you get jobs, except as a food. Well, I think, shall we say it's a lie? I think that's what we're...
You're going to feel stupid when it's true.
So you're saying it's a lie?
Yes.
OK, Reg, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is a lie.
I won a junior one-man and his dog event when I was 14.
As the shepherd or the dog?
Did you grow up in the countryside?
Nope.
So how come you got so good at, you know, manoeuvring sheep and sheepdogs?
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry. I thought, because this was like one man and his dog, I was going to ask you, like, how
What
did
did you
they
think
judge
it was? Tell us what you
What do
thought
you think it was?
I thought it was one man and his dog, just being judged. No, I did. Sorry, I didn't know. What is it?
What it is?
Sheep herding.
Yeah, using a dog to...
Come by, all of that.
All that.
You've gone from novice to expert.
You had to take it over hurdles, through, like, different, you know, like, round a run. You had to look after it, had to be well-washed and everything.
That's dog agility, mate. That's not...
Yeah, well, it's not.
I just pictured you in Crufts, then. How come I haven't won? He's well-washed.
No, I mean...
I can't do more than wash it, can I?
So there were no sheep involved in this interpretation of the one man and his dog contest that you were involved in?
No.
Sounds like you
No
prosecuted a Welshman. Sorry, Rolf, I no disrespect.
Was it inside or outside?
Well, it was outside, funny enough.
I don't know. I've never been to one. You're saying it like I should know.
You've never been to one, but you come by.
Were you very keen on dog grooming?
No.
You weren't?
On the internet.
So you...
Me? Yeah, I'm a 3-year-old puppy as well.
No, I wasn't keen on dog grooming.
Well, how did you end up in this competition where you have to make a dog do weird things if you weren't keen on looking after
Because
your
I was
dog?
involved in a youth club.
Ah, right. What was the
Is
youth
it one of
club?
them, like, you know, for not young offenders, but kind of...
I think this is a lie.
I think it's an absolute lie. He didn't train the dog. There was no sheep. I mean...
I also think this is a lie.
Well, I think we're unanimous.
You're saying that it's a lie. Terry Christian, were you telling us the truth there, or were you telling us a lie?
Well, sorry, lads. Oh, it's a lie.
Of course it was a lie. The last time someone found a sheep in Manchester's city centre, the locals thought they'd captured a cloud. Now, for David's team, take a look at this.
Right, somebody's phoned up.
Yeah.
Somebody called Dave, asking if we've got any sales jobs going.
Get him in.
OK.
Sometimes an individual can make the difference. Look at Julius Caesar. Hannibal, not Lecter, but Hannibal, the commander. He made a difference, didn't he? Defeated the Romans, and he was an individual. Well, this bloke could be the same, and we've got to get him here to listen to him, see what he's got to say. See?
OK.
You tell him it's an introductory interview. OK, we want to find out a bit about you. We want to find out what kind of personality you are, what makes you tick.
Yeah, I'll phone him now.
Hello, is that Dave? Oh, sorry, someone's given me your number, but I think it's the wrong one, mate. Well, I'm so sorry about that.
Let's see if he wants a sales job.
No, you don't sound right.
The Armstrongs there, showing the kind of decision-making that can make the difference between failure and abject failure. But here's the related fact for David's team. When interviewing office staff, Simon Cowell asks every candidate to give him 10 uses for a kettle. The idea came to him after a Harvard professor, that's the university in America, Lee, told him about the type of questions they ask applicants during the university admissions process.
And he decided to ignore those and just to ask about a kettle.
No, this is one of the ones. Apparently this is one of the ones, because it makes you think on your feet.
Well, there's almost nothing that you can't believe he'd say in order to try and seem in some way different or interesting. He depresses the hell out of me.
Yeah. That failed audition for the X Factor still rankles, doesn't it?
Still rankles, yeah.
Apparently this is how Danny Minogue got her job, isn't it? Because she really impressed him with an unusual use. Because she uses the kettle to melt down her face and remould it every minute.
So, David's team.
I think it's a lie.
Lie?
You've swayed me, it's a lie.
We'll go with lie.
David's team are saying it's a lie. I can tell you that it is actually a lie. Mick Jagger has been asked by a company if they can sell his ashes in collectible egg timers when he dies. They offered Mick Jagger, and it seems too good an opportunity to waste, Mick Jagger, they offered... That's good. It's not up there with Ronnie Corbett. I'm not going to say for a second that it is, but it was worth an airing.
But what would Ronnie Corbett sound like if he was singing a Mick Jagger song?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Go on.
I can't get no satisfaction. In Australia... It was an Australian...
Don't try and look like you weren't pleased to be asked.
David, time to make a decision.
So we're going to go with true.
You're saying it's true. All right. Well, let me tell you this. It is true. Please welcome this week's special guest, Sadie. Hello. So, Lee, what is Sadie to you?
This is Sadie. She's my children's nanny, and the first time I met her, I ran over her foot.
OK. Omid?
This is Sadie, and I employ her to massage my dog. That's not a euphemism.
Yeah. And finally, Janet.
Sadie came to my 60th birthday party, pretended to be a waitress so she could lick Daniel Craig's plate.
So, there we have it. David's team, where do you want to start?
Can I just check? Do you know Lee? Have you been to his house?
I can just about remember his name.
Wouldn't you know his nanny?
No.
Okay.
Because if I knew Lee's nanny, I'd either have gone, that's Lee's nanny.
Can I just point
not
out?
Lee's nanny.
She's
So
my...
no.
Yeah, hang on.
Maybe
She's my
no
children's
offer.
nanny. I'm not a complete moron. She's not my nanny.
Now, this running over the foot business,
Yeah?
that was the first time you met her.
Correct.
And the circumstances were?
I was in the car.
And she was on the driveway.
Correct.
What happened immediately after the foot running over moment?
Ow!
forward.
Ow! That was my foot!
You see, she's laughing quite a lot now, as if, like, I have to laugh, he's my employer.
Yeah.
But this wasn't, as it were, how you met her. You didn't run over her foot and say, you look like you might be a good nanny.
It was the first time she'd arrived at the house. I'd never met her before, because my wife...
Your wife had interviewed her and...
Yeah,
and
I can finish my own sentences. I'm really good at it. my wife had interviewed, actually, you're correct, yes.
Tommy, why do you have to get your dog massaged?
First of all, it's my kid's dog. We've had the dog for about 7 years. They wanted to get a masseuse because of arthritis. It's a spaniel. We've had it for 7 years, so in dog years it's about 42, so it's quite early, and I didn't want to pay for a masseuse, but it
Couldn't somebody
killed
else
the dog.
learn to massage instead?
It's a very
quite
it's a highly
expensive.
skilled thing. It is. It's about £35 a session.
And how long are you going to have to do it until the dog dies?
We don't know. It may be indefinite.
You know you can have a dog put down for 30.
Janet, can I just check? Sadie came round to your house. She pretended that she was a waitress. She wanted to lick Daniel Craig's plate, and you didn't just chuck her out and go, you are completely weird, you're leaving.
No, I don't care.
She was not
There was a lot of people at the party, and Sadie was at the party. Daniel Craig was at the party. It was
Sorry, so Sadie was invited to the party?
Yes.
The waitress act was in order to gain access to the plate?
Yes.
So what she did is instead of approaching...
I didn't go through the ins and outs of it. I was
Why
being...
not?
Because it was my bloody birthday. I was getting trashed. I was having a good time, like anyone ill tonight would do. You know, just because you're 60, love, doesn't mean you can't, you know, get off your trolley.
The question is, why do you think that Sadie, instead of using her position as a party guest to talk to Daniel Craig, which is legitimate in a party, I think you'll agree...
Go on, have him.
Really getting on my wits now.
Do you want some?
No. Have you met anyone famous in your career? Really famous? If you met Daniel Craig, could you actually speak?
No.
There you go.
She's right.
Are you going to walk over and stand there in answer to every question from here on in?
We're all a bit scared now.
Yeah. No, hey, I'm most scared because I'm closest.
All right, we need an answer. So David's team is Sadie, a nanny whose foot Lee ran over, Omid's dog masseuse, or a plate-licking pretend waitress at Janet's party.
Janet absolutely couldn't look at Sadie when she walked in, and I thought maybe that was because she really had licked it embarrassingly.
It's just an odd thing. I mean...
I'm leaning... I think it's Omid or Janet, and I'm leaning towards Janet on this one.
Right, I'm going Janet.
OK, well, let's go Janet.
You're saying Janet? OK. Sadie, would you like to reveal your true identity?
Yes, I posed as a waitress. Yes, I cleared Daniel Craig's spaceway, and yes, I licked it clean.
As a child, at my grandparents' house, I had a little bell that I would ring if I wanted anything.
Only at your grandparents' house?
Yes.
Not at home?
Because your parents didn't play that shit. You know?
At home, you just sort of went...
So what years are we talking about here? How old were you?
About 6.
What were the things you wanted when you rang the bell?
More chips. A glass of orange squash. Sense of purpose in life.
Are you asking us to believe you had orange squash rather than servants pressing fresh orange juice for you?
In many ways, the level of my poshness has been exaggerated.
Welcome to my world, Sonny.
Well, the level of your poshness has been exaggerated.
So, Lee's team, what do you think?
We'll say that that's true.
You're saying it's true. David, is it true or is it a lie?
Well, it is, in fact, true.
Yes, it's true. As a child, David's grandparents' house did have a little bell that he would ring if he wanted anything. Ding-a-ling. Could I have a posher upbringing, please?
If you give me any date before the year 2000, I can instantly tell you what day of the week it was.
Bollocks.
Is this something you learn, or is this a kind of, you know, Rain Man type thing?
No, I had to learn...
You learned how to do it?
Learnt the system.
What's the system?
The system is, what you do is you actually just learn.
You sat there trying to think of a system, and what you're clamping for is you actually just learn what day of the week every day is.
I can't go back to, like, 14 BC, right? But I can do it right the way back to the sort of 1920s, 1930s. And what you do is you learn a midway, so you learn one particular pit point in 1955, 3 months in 1955, you learn it off by heart those 90 days. And then there's a calculation that you can do to plus or minus.
What's that calculation? Take a day, one of your expert period, around Suez or whenever it was.
Well, you have to give me the exact year, otherwise it'll be two different answers.
OK, I don't mind. Right, the 14th of May, 1955.
Well, hang on, 14th of May, 1955. Tuesday,
right. And so how do you extrapolate from your knowledge of that to go back to the 1920s to the 23rd of June, 1927?
It's dead simple.
Yep.
It's 7, hang on, to the power of 2. Right. Then you take away 10% unless it's a leap year.
And is it a leap year, 1955?
Of course not, you idiot. That was 54.
No, of course.
Okay. This one,
1926.
This one's here, that is 55, a leap year. Absolute cratty. Did you hear that? What an idiot. Listen, he's Oxbridge educated. What a...
Neither year is a leap year. 7 to the power of 2.
7 to the power of 2 is 49.
Minus 10% is 4.9, so you got 44.1.
Correct. I was going to say...
That's not a day of the week, that's 44.1.
It is.
44.1.
Then you round it up or round it down, which is 44. Key of the door, 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Sunday's the first day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
So, David.
Lie.
You're saying it's a lie? OK, Lee, are you telling a lie?
Of course I'm telling a lie.
I have told my children that every time they lie, a puppy dies somewhere.
Now you've used this line on the children, has it actually stopped them from lying?
Well, it certainly seems to have done.
Yeah.
Because they do care about puppies.
Yes.
It's a bit of a relief, actually, that you're saying that didn't result in your children telling loads and loads of lies and getting excited by the prospect of puppy death. It's heartening on that level.
No,
I don't have sadistic children.
But it's also bad advice, because what if a dog goes to attack them and they tell a lie and the dog still gets them?
Actually...
It affects the nearest. The nearest dog will die.
So you just... Well, statistically, you'd hope by osmosis the lie will kill...
Essentially, tell the lie, dog death spreads out from you till it finds a dog, the dog dies, and then the wave of dog death stops.
Can I just ask Joe, why a puppy and not a kitten?
She's not sick.
It was a difficult decision to make. It was a toss-up between a kitten, a puppy, and their dad. And kind of puppies are the sweetest.
What is your verdict?
My team say true.
You're saying true, yeah? OK, so, Joe, is it true?
It's a lie.
Oh. It's a lie.
Possession.
Now, there's a box just behind the stage there, Claudia, if you'd like to get the box.
Hold on, bear with me.
Take out its contents.
OK. In here is my pet cat from when I was little, and my dad had her stuff for me when she died.
Oh.
Here she is.
Oh. Want to just pop her on the desk there, Claudia?
What's she run over?
This is Coffee. And she was my most loved pet, and she died when I was 14. I could even get upset about it now.
Yeah.
And...
How did you...
Go on, then.
You can get upset. But you're happy to exploit her on a light entertainment panel show.
Did you want your father to stuff your cat?
No, but I was so devastated. I was so upset that she died. My dad, as a present, gave her to me, all stuffed, and she came to my wedding.
Sorry. Came to your wedding?
mean, not of her own accord.
Was she a bridesmaid and came down on a trolley down the aisle? I just don't believe Claudia, even in Claudia's world, which I love. I love your world. However, this is a step too far. I just don't believe. Well, that's.
Yeah, that's pretty convincing.
It's talking to her now.
Time now for Lee to make a decision.
She looks like a very lovely but slightly unstable woman, and I'm going to say that that's true.
You're saying it's true? OK, Claudia Winkleman, is it true or is it a lie?
It is indeed a lie.
Oh, what a shame.
It's a lie.
I have made a CD of the sound of my kettle boiling, and I play it every night to help me get to sleep.
Lee's team, is that possible?
Why would that help you get to sleep?
It reminds me of my grandmother, because we were always caravanning when I was little, and she'd be up later than me, and the kettle would be just boiling on the gas stove, and I could hear that little hiss and whistle and the bubbles. I had it done for me by the sound people at work.
You
Really?
absolute lie. You're trying to tell us. All I'm picturing is a man now with these big things on going like that in a... In 5, 4...
I don't know how
You're
they
lying
do
in bed with your husband trying to get to sleep, and you put the sound of a kettle boiling. And he's all right with that, is he?
I go to bed earlier than he does, because I have to get up at 5.
Right.
For what?
To switch the kettle off.
Have you tried sex?
And plus,
to get to sleep? Have you tried sex to get to sleep?
Yeah, because Ken's got a good technique if you want to try it.
What do your kids say about this CD? They think it's weird?
No, they put up with it, you know.
No, you're lying now. Kids think everything is weird. No.
If I'm really, really tired, I'll go upstairs and they will already have put a hot water bottle in the bed and the CD on the thingy.
Oh, goodness, you're just off the scale.
So, Lee, what are you going to say?
We'll say it's a lie.
You're going to say it's a lie? OK, Fern, reveal all.
It's a lie.
Yes, it is a lie. If Fern can't get to sleep, she just rings Philip Schofield and asks him to tell her about his time in Joseph. Again. Oh, and that noise signals time's up. It's the end of the show. And my individual liar of the week this week is Fern Britton. Yes. Fern Britton, whose gigantic whoppers were as beautifully showcased tonight as they were on her 2003 Pilates video. Good night.